Hello everyone, and welcome to a new journaling video. So it's been quite a while since I've made a journaling video, but ever since I made my first journal with me, I have wanted to make much more journaling content because I really enjoyed making that video and I love journaling, and a lot of you ask me if I still journal, and I do. So today I decided that I would share with you my February plan with me for my bullet journal. I don't think I've really talked about my bullet journal on my channel much before, but I do love to bullet journal. I do it pretty simply. I don't like to make it too complicated, and it's mostly just to keep myself organized and to just have like a little creative outlet. So yeah, it's not super intense or anything, but this is my February plan with me. So right now I decided to listen to an audiobook while I was journaling because I either listen to an audiobook or I listen to music. And on this day I was listening to King of Crows by Libba Bray, which I finished, by the way, while I was doing this. And it was really exciting, but also a little bit underwhelming. That's kind of what I have to say about my thoughts on that book for now. But yeah, this is my layout for my February bullet journal. So usually when it comes to deciding on a theme, I basically just go with either a color scheme or like a drawing or a sticker set that I have, and I base everything around that. I also get a lot of my like layout inspiration from the bullet journaling queen herself, Amanda Rach Lee, because she does like super cute, simple designs and they're very easy to follow, and she's how I learned about bullet journaling in the first place, so I always use her designs as a reference. So a lot of the layouts that you'll see in this month's spread that I did are inspired by her January plan with me, because I really liked how simple that layout and everything was, so I did very similar designs. I usually just do that and I try and like make them my own a little bit by like choosing whatever theme I want to go with. And for February, I decided to go with these really cute little hot air balloon stickers that I had. I was thinking about drawing stuff, but I've been doing a lot of drawing lately and I wanted to do as little drawing as possible. So I decided to just go with these stickers because it makes it really simple and really easy. I find that if you want to keep your bullet journal really like simple, and if you don't want to take too much time designing it because you're like not really good at drawing or you don't feel like drawing or something, I think just finding like a few good sets of stickers and reusing those stickers over and over again throughout the different pages makes it really easy to make your bullet journal look very cute while still putting in very minimal effort, but it looks like you tried. So yeah, that's what I like to do with my bullet journal, make it look like I tried really hard even if I didn't. As for all the supplies I'm using in this video, like the journal and the pens and stickers and stuff, I'll be sure to link them in the description box below so you can check them out. The journal is an Archer and Olive journal, which I just recently got and I've been using for the first time, and I'm really loving it, so I'm really glad I ended up finally investing in one. And then for this next page next to the title page, usually I will either leave it blank or I will find a quote or song lyric or something that really resonates with me for the month and write it there and make it decorative and cute. But this month I didn't have anything that I could think of that I really wanted to write, so I will usually just leave it blank, and then partway through the month I will decide on something and then write it in there. So that's probably what I'm going to do for this month, because right now it's just blank. All right, and then my monthly calendar spread. So I don't always use a ruler, but sometimes I do. And the only ruler I have is this Dare ruler, which I got in the 5th grade. Do not ask me why I still have this. Well, I have it because it's still a functional ruler and I had no reason to throw it away. But yeah, Dare was a time. I still can't believe that happened sometimes. Like, they really sat down 5th graders. They yelled at 9-year-olds to never do drugs or drink alcohol. It was interesting. I can't believe Dare was real. Anyway, this is my February calendar spread. Like I mentioned earlier, this one is inspired by Amanda's January layout for her calendar spread. I just really liked the simplicity of this design, and I think I'm going to consistently use this one for the next several months because I just think it works really well for my needs, and I just really like it. Also, can we just talk about how satisfying it is that February fits perfectly into 4 lines of the calendar and starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday? Like, it's just so pleasing to look at. It makes me so happy. Also, I did want to mention, since you'll see me erasing throughout this video, that I did draw out everything in pencil first because I always do that when I bullet journal, but also just to like prepare to film this video, I wanted to make sure I had like the layout for everything right and the spacing and everything right. So yeah, that's why I'm erasing so often throughout this, but I usually do that anyway because I'm a perfectionist and I want everything to be spaced out properly. Speaking of being a perfectionist, my hand lettering in this video is just really not great, and that's because right before I filmed this video, I'd been doing so much hand lettering for like 3 days straight that my brain just like couldn't function anymore. And ideally that should make me better since I'd been practicing, but it's like when you say a word too many times and then it just doesn't sound like a word anymore. I feel like that's what's going on with my hand lettering and my handwriting in general. And then on the side of my calendar spread, I always like to write out a little section for goals. Sometimes it's not goals, sometimes I write events, sometimes I write like something else, or I'll just like write a quote. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling for the month, but I like to lay out just like a general set of like goals or objectives I have for that month. So this month I wrote goals. And then of course I just decorated with some more of the hot air balloon stickers, and then got very indecisive when it came to the washi tape here because the space felt empty and I did not know what to do with it. And I tried a bunch of different things until I finally decided that I wanted this one piece of washi tape to go all the way across the top, but I'd already put down the stickers, so then I had to peel them, but thankfully it did not tear the paper, which is great. I really like these stickers. They're really coming through for me. And then I decided to just draw like little dots around all of the hot air balloons to fill in some more of the blank space. And I really like the way that it turned out. I feel like it looks really pretty with the cloud washi tape. It looks like the hot air balloons are really like in the sky. And it's simple, but it also looks like I put some effort into it. And I think it looks cute. And then I decided to add this little like squiggly line next to the February for I don't even know what reason. I thought that space was blank and now I'm regretting it. I don't really like the way that it looks, but we're dealing with it because there's nothing I can do. And then next up, we move on to my monthly playlist page, which is again another page that I don't actually usually do. I just started doing this last month for the first time, inspired by Amanda's playlist page because I really like that she makes monthly playlists in her journal. I think it's really cute. And last year I was making like seasonal playlists on Spotify that I would post on my Instagram every season, but I decided that I wanted to make like monthly ones instead, and I made one for January and I really liked it, and it looks like this. As you can see, I cut out like the album covers and stuff, but I want to do that every month now, so I decided to make another playlist spread. And I didn't end up cutting out any of like the album covers or anything to put into this spread because I usually make my playlist like halfway through the month. I don't really have a playlist at the beginning of the month because it's the music that I listened to during that month for the most part. So yeah, this page is just like a layout for now. Like it doesn't have like the actual playlist on it, but it will once I actually make that playlist. And when I do, I will share it on Spotify. So if you're interested, I can definitely leave that link below here, or at least leave the January one. And then we move on to my habit tracker page. So here, I made a little mistake. I wrote that there are 29 days in the first box here in February. There are not 29 days. I will realize that in a second and go back and check. Yep. Yeah, 28 days. February has 28 days. I really hate how we never know how many days there are in this month. It's very frustrating. Anyway, my habit tracker is pretty simple. I just track 8 different things. I usually keep them the same, but sometimes I change them up depending on what it is I feel like tracking for that month. But the habits that I like to track are how much water I'm drinking, sleeping, which is essentially if I go to bed before midnight, skincare, yoga, uploading, making my bed every day, reading, and then practicing the piano. So that's what I've been tracking recently, and it's been working really well. I really like habit trackers because I don't like punish myself if I don't do every single one of these things every single day. Like, that's not the point of it. The point for me is just to like build consistency with things, and it really does help me do that. I just find it really helpful, and it just like reminds me to do these things. Like, I forget to drink water, so if I have my habit tracker, I'm like, oh, you should probably drink more water, and then it reminds me to do it. So it's really good for me, and I find it really, really helpful. So I actually really love this page. It's probably like my favorite page of my bullet journal every month, just because I find it the most useful, besides my like weekly planner, because I like need the weekly planner. But yeah. Anyway, then I just decided to continue decorating a little bit just to make this spread cohesive with the rest of the spreads, and that's how it turned out, and I really like it. And then we move on to my video planner spread. So this spread is essentially what the title of it suggests. It's literally just a space for me to plan out all of my content. I use it to make lists of videos that I want to make if I have any ideas. I also use it to write down the dates that I plan to upload things or plan to film. I kind of just use it differently depending on what I need. So it's a pretty messy page. If I am being honest, when I fill it out, it gets pretty messy, or I just like don't fill it out at all. It kind of depends on my mood that month, or how much I'm uploading, or how much content I have planned and stuff. But lately my pages have been pretty messy, but it's just like a nice way for me to be able to organize my thoughts, and I like having like all that blank space to give myself the room to plan out however I need to. So yeah, this page is always very, very simple. I don't do a lot of decorating. I don't do a lot of layout work or anything. It's just pretty much an empty space for me to write whatever I need to about my content. And finally, we move on to the last spread, which is my weekly spread. So my weekly spreads are incredibly simple. I literally just separate the pages into 6 different sections and then write out Monday through Friday, and then the weekend I just keep as like one section, and it's very simplistic. Like, I really do not do much decorating, don't do much hand lettering, don't do really anything, because I just need these pages to be simple so I can write them out really quickly and fill them out and go, because my weekly planner is like essential. So sometimes if I don't even have time to like make an entire like bullet journal spread, I will just write this out in my bullet journal for the weeks of the month and just go from there, because it just helps me keep my life organized, and I like the simplicity of it. So I've been sticking with this for months, and I probably will until I find something that I like better, but it works for me, so I like it. But yeah, this is it. Oh, I did go back to the title page and change out the washi tape that I had from that Van Gogh one to this other washi tape instead, just so that it was cohesive and it matched the other spreads. But yeah, this is it. This is my February bullet journal layout. I'm really happy with it. I love the simplicity of it. It's actually more colorful than I usually do. I usually just have like one color going on throughout my entire journal, but I really do like it. I think it's really simple. It's gonna work for me, and it's exactly what I need. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. I hope you like the journaling content. Let me know if you do, if you'd like to see some more journaling videos. I can definitely make that. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social media, all my links are in the description box as always. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!